Welcome to VanCity Card Breaks. In this video, I'm going to show you my journey through Starstock and give you my few strategies on how to flip cards on this platform. So we will go through Starstock. I'm going to go over what it provides, what features it has, what are the benefits of Starstock. I'll share a little bit of what's going on with Starstock currently because there are potentially going to be some issues, or they're looking to revamp and change what they're all about, what they're focusing on because of just making enough money to be able to keep on staff and just the fixed costs that they have when it comes to their vault and all that. And then I'm going to go into some of my strategies on how I use Starstock to make money on flipping some cards, ultimately to also get cards that I want to keep in my PC. And so we're just going to have a bit of a conversation. I've got my Starbucks Chewbacca mug with some coffee. And we're going to hang out and I'm going to go over Starstock. So first of all, Starstock is a platform that you can buy and sell sports cards. It is like, there are other platforms. There's eBay you can use like Facebook Marketplace, you can use ComC, which is check out my cards. There's My Slabs, there's a multitude of different kind of platforms. I was really interested in Starstock because it was a chance for me to be able to buy a card in the moment before a game or during a game, and then being able to repost it immediately for a higher price if I thought the player was going to do well in the game or after the game was going to go into the playoffs, or I thought he would go off, like in a, let's say Klay Thompson, you've got he's going to come back from injury, and so I want to buy his card because I think it will go up even more if I honestly just like resell it during the game. The one thing that annoys me with things like eBay is that when you buy a card, they have to ship it to you, and that takes time, and then there could be issues, or the quality of the actual card or the condition isn't great, and then you have to repost it, and then you do auction. So it's like the time that goes from buying the card to when you can sell it and make the money is a large span of time. Starstock, their goal when they initially started was that they wanted to be like day trading, or like where you can just buy in the moment, the card stays in their vault and just switches ownership, and you can repost it right away from 1 minute to the next. You could buy a card for $10 and then immediately repost it for $15, and you can make some money. So Starstock, they take 5% of every transaction. That's how they make their money to be able to do what they do. They take an ingestion fee for cards. It was like 25 cents a card. Maybe that's different now, but when I sent it in, that's what it was. And yeah, the goal was to be able to have people send cards in. So here, let me look. Let me show you. Profile. You make a profile. Mine was just Daniel S. You can see there's your account balance, and then you can deposit. You can withdraw your money. You can send in your cards. You click on it. It's actually quite good. They give you instructions on how to send it. They tell you what kind of like documentation you should send in so that it makes it easier for them to put it into their vault and into their system. You can ship cards home. I've done that. You have to pay for them to ship it home. That's not always the greatest because it's a little pricey from my point of view. And yes, that's kind of what's in your like profile. You can change some of your settings and all of that. But yeah, this platform I got really excited about because of the way that you can buy and sell the cards. So first of all, let's just look. This is the overall marketplace where you can search for cards. Let's say Ja Morant. And it's going to, okay, there we go, Ja Morant. And you can see they show all the different cards that are in the vault. So in the vault doesn't mean that they're for sale, because if I scroll down far enough, let's see, I'm trying to find, okay, there, Starstock B, you can see that there's 0 for sale, but it shows what the latest sale, but there's no one's really offering it right now. But you can change the filter for like in vault, for sale, or offers. you can change, so they allow to have wax be sent in. You can flip wax, which I thought was cool. Grade types or ungraded. You can choose numbered, non-numbered, and you can choose what year the card's from. So you can do all those different filtering. Also sort by featured, latest sales, most traded in the last 24 hours, new arrivals, latest listings, lowest price, listing price, so on and so forth. And so what would happen is, because of the way that they kind of have the site function, is that the person who owns a card and posts it, they could put the lowest price that they're willing to take for that card. So you can see here for the Ja Morant PSA 10, there's 3 for sale, but the lowest one that someone's offering is $229. So if I want to buy it, I could click on that price, and if I have that amount of money in my wallet on Starstock, I could buy it. Or I could put an offer of the highest that I'm willing to pay. And so it'll show the highest offer. Sorry, let me go back there. So that, let's say if I own the Ja Morant Mosaic Green card, I'm like, okay, I'll take $70.01. I could click on it and sell it. So it is a great way to be able to find some deals, or to put your offers at the max, and people might be able to meet you halfway. I think that is really, really cool, because the gap gets closer and closer and closer, smaller and smaller. Latest sale, it shows you kind of what the last one went for. You can click on the card, and this shows all the different qualities. So you can see Starstock A, Starstock B, there's a Starstock C. So what they do is, when they get the card, if it's raw, they will kind of grade it themselves. Not officially, but they'll give you what they think the quality is or condition is of the card. Starstock A, from what they've said, is that they're hoping that it's a PSA 10 or a PSA 9. Starstock B means that there is a minor issue with the card, if it's centering, if it's a soft corner or whatever. Chances are it could still get a PSA 9, but maybe not. And then Starstock C, there's multiple issues with it. Probably don't want to grade it. So I really like that function in Starstock, because on eBay, it's hard to sometimes tell the condition of the card. And I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, I bought this card, but I see this on it, I want to send it back. I don't want to be that guy. Sometimes you have to do it, but that's really annoying and wastes a lot of your time and your money and all that. So this is good, because you know kind of what quality of card you're going to get. They don't promise a Starstock A is a 10. I understand that. But that also gets baked into the cost. So Starstock A's are definitely higher than what a raw card would sell on eBay. A Starstock B is usually quite a lot less than what a raw card on eBay goes for. And then they show you all the recent sales. They show you the graph of kind of what it is on Starstock, which I thought is really cool. The fact that they have enough sales that they could do this themselves. You can see PSA 10 has dropped drastically. It was like, yeah, $300 something, and then it's gone down to 105. And then it shows other parallels. So I think it's really, really good. If you're like, I like Ja Morant, I like Mosaic cards, I can look and see all the different parallels. I love the Ja Morant, like the fast break blues. The blues are great. And so if I wanted to put an offer, if I had it in my wallet, I could put like $100 or $200, but they don't have to accept if they don't want to, and it just stays up there. So that's the marketplace there. On the main page, they have featured cards. They have upcoming events. So one of the big things, the reason why there's some issues and stuff in like influencers or media or whatever talk about, is that they made an announcement saying they're stopping all of their breaks currently. They're not receiving any individual cards. They've had to lay off a bunch of staff. It's not because they're making really poor decisions or whatever. It's because when they started, the way they got their money is on transactions, like they get the 5% and all that, but they had a bunch of staff. They have fixed costs with their vault and offices and blah, blah, blah. And what that means is that they just weren't making enough money. And so the tough part, that the reason why they weren't making enough money is because at the beginning, when the cards were booming, look at the prices. The prices were really, really high of even base cards. But now when the market's done this, not the whole market, the lower end, which a lot of people would send lower end cards on here, those dipped. And so when those are traded over and over again, they're not getting that much money, and they've got all of these fixed costs with salaries and all that. And so they had to try and change things up, and that's why they started to add breaking onto their website. They show like different things, because the whole point would be like, okay, in a big game's coming, I want to buy guys that are playing that game, maybe flip them during the game. So they had NFL playoffs, who's in. Then they have like top performers of the different sports. The one thing that's sad, they don't have the indexes right now. probably because of being short-staffed. There's sealed wax, which I think is cool. Upcoming action, today's most traded, latest sales. I thought that was all really, really great when everything was going full steam ahead. At the beginning, they really only had baseball, basketball, football. They had a little bit of soccer, maybe a little bit of hockey, but now they've expanded. They have other sports like F1, UFC, wrestling. They've got a specific section for vintage. It is great. So that's Marketplace. And I thought it was really, really good. Definitely got some deals. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch actual games live and then be trading cards in the moment. Then they had breaks, which right now they've told us that they're wanting to go more to the digital realm. A lot of NFTs, all that, because you don't have to have a vault for it. You can have less staff. And so you can see that February 20th, they're going to have random NFT kind of event, like in breaks or remints. Then I like the collection. Disregard what the portfolio looks like because of everything that just went down with Starstock. I don't want to leave my cards in there in case things go really poor or really bad and I can't get my cards back. It would take forever. So I pulled out all cards of worth from my collection. So I had about $1,000 US worth of cards on Starstock still. I pulled out anything that's worthwhile. I still have 221 cards, but they're all like $1 or less. So I left those because I didn't want to pay to send those home. But you could choose, like, okay, for baseball, what is my portfolio value? What did I currently invest into it? And then what's my unrealized return on investment? And it shows the graph. So it'll all look really, really bad right now. Actually, if you look at football, my football currently portfolio is $12.16. Current invest is $7. So that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Yeah, so that's really cool. And then you can look and filter through all your own cards. So you can see there are a lot of base cards, nothing crazy. I can export data. I can ship the cards home, all that. Watch list. So you can watch cards, so you can get notified and see what they're at. So you can see a lot of the cards that I would go for. So I'm looking for like the one-offs cards. So you can see like gold, 1 out of 10, DeAndre Swift. T. Higgins. Origins, I love Origins. I have refractors, I've got blue scope, and so you can see all the different cards. So there were a good variety of different cards on here, and there still is. Like I can get this Rui for $50. I can get this Obi Top in purple ice. And so that's cool. I have 199 different players that I have saved. Actually, like let's say I want to click on Alek Manoah. I think he's going to be a beast. So I can look around and see, okay, like Cosmic Haste, $15 for Starstock A, that ain't bad. Let's take a look. And then these, yeah, they don't have any, they've got in the vault, but they're not for sale. So here's a first, Draft Baseball, here's Chrome. Literally, I could buy a bunch of his Chrome for $2.80. A Refractor for $8.75. That's cool. Like if I went to eBay, I'm not going to do that right now just for sake of time, but I wonder what that would cost. And so maybe that is a steal, especially now. So like I pulled a lot of cards out of Starstock, but now because a lot of people are a little bit unsure, maybe people are just trying to get rid of their cards without sending them home. And so you might find some good steals if you're willing to take that risk. So right now you can see the range is 10 cents to $160. So I wonder which one is being offered for $160. Can't see that right now, but so that's watch list. So, but this is the one thing that I really want to show is my activity. So one, there's some functional things with the platform that I don't love. So like offers are great, but there's no bulk way to remove offers if I don't want them to stay on. So you can normally put like an expiry date. I don't love that because I want to keep it up there because maybe at some point someone's going to be like, I just need to get rid of this card. I'll take the lowest offer price. And so I've gotten some steals because of that, because I'll just leave them up. But if I want to get rid of certain offers, like let's say someone gets hurt, because I've been dinged before, like let's say, I'll explain this later when I show you my bought and sold, but there's an issue with like someone gets hurt and I don't want to look through all my offers and remove those offers. Someone will quickly like, oh look at this crazy high offer. Boom, click it, I have to pay that. And I've been dinged a few times for that. But you can see of like all my different offers. It's such a wide range. And then listings, I still have 19 listed. And then there's bought and sold. So I'm going to go to sold. So with sold, I'm going to go to the very beginning so I can show you this. This kind of shows you the highs and the lows of Starstock in the whole journey. So I started, so you can see my first sale was in 2020 in December. That was, trying to think if that's when I first got into the hobby. I don't think so. I think I got in the hobby about half a year before that. So you can see Tyler Hero, I bought at $17. This is all US. I'm in Canada, but this is all in US, so I have to always remember that. $17, and I sold it for $29.50. This is when base cards were, boom, just blowing up. Like literally you can throw a dart and it would go up. So I barely ever lost money, unless like I made some really poor choices on some players and they got injured. You can see a Prism base, $35. I sold it for $95. If I look on eBay now for a Prism base of Tyler Hero, he's good. He's a good player. $95, that's insane. Mitchell Robinson, I made $3. Kobe White, $23.99. I sold for $83. Definitely not worth that now. Jamal Murray, Optic base, bought for $55. Sold for 90 cents. So I'm just making tons of money, which is great. Lauri Markkanen, I was high on him. I was taking some swings, but only made like $3 here. I tripled my money there. Darius Garland, Concourse, Starstock 8, those aren't worth much at all right now, like $1 to $3. I bought $15 in for 10 and then sold each for $24.75. This is a great one, great flip. Jamal Murray, green, this is before he got injured and has been out for a long time. I still think he's great. It just sucks that he got injured. Bought for $100, sold for $210. Brandon Clark, more than doubled the money with the Hyper Pink. John Collins base, $12 to $23. Michael Porter Jr., $28 to $50. Thomas Bryant, that's the first loss. So he got injured, so I sold right away. So I didn't lose that much. Bam Adebayo, $8.90 I made. This is also, that's what I sold it for, but they minus 5% for the Starstock fee. Trubisky, I took a flyer, made $1. Thomas Bryant, sold it for the same price because he got injured. Keldon Johnson, Blue Velocity, made some money there. The base for him, made some money. Baker Mayfield, PSA 9 base. That was my first graded card that I bought. Flipped it, made $40, $45. Josh Allen, Starstock A. This is when he was in the playoffs, not this year, but the year before. Made $64 on it. Bo Bichette, made $15 or whatever on it. Then this was an issue. So that was, I clicked the wrong button. I didn't realize it was Starstock B. I put an offer on, but I thought it was for an A. The person like, wow, sick. $45, sold. So I had to take the hit, lost $15 selling that. Kendrick Nunn made some money. Then where you see no bot price, those are the cards I sent in. So I sent in a lot of like lower end cards, but you can see made $2, $1.25. Terrence Mann, silver, but it's Starstock B because they graded it as Starstock B, $15. Probably could have gotten a little bit more at the time on eBay, but whatever, take your hit. So made $15. Chenault Jr., Justin Jefferson, maybe should have held on to him. Color match, I didn't realize how much of a beast he would actually be. Jordan Poole, and then this is where the issue came in with Jaren Jackson Jr. when I didn't take the offer off. So this is the moment when base cards start to just plummet, and I didn't take off the offer price. I didn't even think about it. I had $51. This is when that was a good price for it. They dropped when they were only really selling for $20. Someone's like sick, and they sold it to me for $51. I had to take the hit, so I sent some home because I just wanted to have it in hand. I love the Grizzlies. I like Jaren Jackson Jr., but I took the hits because I wanted some extra money to put into Starstock. So Kevin Porter Jr. cards, Terrence Mann, Cam Reddish, Miles Bridges, there was a flip there, almost doubled the money, made a couple dollars for Jordan Poole Hollow. Odell, did I miss something? No, not there. Odell Beckham Jr., this week when he was on the Browns still. I bought it. It's an X-Fractor. Those are hard to come by. When he was asking for a trade, I offered or put him up for $15.50. Someone went for it, more than doubled the money. Made money on Sadio Mane, silver, PSA 9. More cards that I just sold that I sent in. Made a little bit of money on Nikhil Alexander-Walker, not too much. This one was, okay, so here's one of the strategies I want to share with you is that when you're on the marketplace and you click on the sort by, you can click on newest arrivals. I will always do that just for all cards. And then I will watch to see, because sometimes, same with ComC, people will post a card on there not really knowing the worth, or if he's playing well, they don't change what the value is. And sometimes you catch something before anyone else does. And I found a Jordan Poole courtside. I know it's not a silver color numbered whatever, but courtside are hard to find. And so $10, like, I'm going to buy that. I'm sure I can make a couple dollars on it. I went and right away reposted it for 30. I would say like 2-3 days later, someone bought it for 30. That was a great jump. Jordan Poole Hollow, made some money. Doubled the Kyle Lewis X Factor, even though it was like $250. Made a couple dollars on Ricardo Pepe. Josh Norris, so like hockey and soccer, I think is a good tactic, because they're not as big yet on the platform, but you can find. So I doubled the money on Josh Norris. This is where I've started to take some hits on cards that I bought when base were high, because I just want some dollars, some money to be able to put back in Starstock. So that Darius Garland, I took the hit. I wanted the $4. Well, that one, I should know better. So that's the lesson I learned when it comes to just the hype train for someone. I need to think more long term. So that was a good learning situation. CD Lamb made a couple dollars on that rookie variation. Made some money on the Trae Young Starstock B base with just Donruss. Cool, made some money. Cam Reddish pretty much came out clean. Eloy Jimenez, a couple dollars. So what the thing is, when everything went down with Starstock, I sent like $800 worth of cards home. So I can show you some of the more losses that I had with bot, because I'm just sending them home instead of selling them for like nothing. Let me see if I can find them. Some Mitch Trubisky, David Montgomery I bought for a low price. I just wanted it home. That one I didn't really take a hit on. These base probably took a little bit of a hit on. Darius Garland took some hits on. Isaiah Roby, definitely not worth $14 right now. This PSA 9 Trae Young base. So at the height, I bought some PSA 9s of base cards of Trae Young, Ja Morant, and Tatum. That's where... so I made lots of money at the very beginning. What brought me back down to earth and made me come up pretty much even at the end is with those few cards where I bought them super high and they just plummeted. And I'm going to have to take a loss. So I just sent them home to have on hand. I'm going to keep them, maybe sell them for a little bit more than what I could get on Starstock. If I paid $125 for a PSA 9 base optic, that hurts. Bo Bichette, I think I sent some of them home. Ja Morant, $95 optic PSA 9. Definitely not worth that now. Lamar Jackson base, Donruss, PSA 955. I didn't take as much of a hit on that, but still did. Stephon Diggs, Starstock B, $19. Took a hit. Ja Morant, $75. Mosaic base. Ouch. That one hurts. I love Ja Morant. He's one of my PC guys, but that still hurts. Ja Morant PSA 9, $172.50. Took a huge loss on that. Didn't sell it, so I still have it. That's great. Jason Tatum, $240, literally at the peak. Like, Daniel, what were you thinking? But yet again, when I was looking at the trends, I was like, okay, this is going to go up. I know some people that know cards, have known cards for a long time, been in it, the game and the hobby for a while, said don't go base. That was the learning curve in my first year of in the hobby. Now I'm wiser. I'm a little older. Now I know that base cards right now, so I'm not saying don't ever go for base cards. They have their place in the hobby. People can jump into the market, but now they're at their low. Maybe they'll go a little bit lower, but now might be a safe time if you want to go for base, because there's really only room to go up. Might not go up nearly, it won't go up nearly as much as it did before, but it did. Kyle Lewis, look, $17.50 for Topps Chrome base. Vlad, that's probably still fine. I'll grade it. So some of these Starstock A's I'll grade and I'll be fine. But PSA 9, Jaren Jackson Jr. base, took a hit. Marlon Mack, when he was potentially going to get traded, I bought a silver and it out of 275. Both A's, I could grade them, paid almost nothing for them. Some soccer, Riedel Baku, more Josh Norris, Peyton Krebs, some hockey guys. This is a PC, Cole Kmet, gold 1 out of 25, $24. That's a steal, even though it's a Starstock B. I'm just going to keep that because I think it's beautiful. Miles Bridges, $350, but I flipped that. Rupa Hintz. Tyreek Cohen, Bears are PC. Want to keep that 40 cents for out of 149. Because right now, because people are nervous, they're trying to get rid of cards pretty easily. Chris Carson, Seahawks, one of my teams, $3.50. Florian Wirtz, a guy I believe in a lot in soccer. Aaron Gordon, $11. So look at $2 for Gary Jennings, Origins auto. Colin Sexton, $17.50 for a silver. Jordan Poole, I love Origins cards. I just wanted a couple of them in. Dak Prescott, that one maybe it wasn't the best choice. I was hoping he'd go further in the playoffs and I'd flip him. Bears are a PC, so Justin Fields, Chuba Hubbard, Canadian guy, went for him. So I think Starstock was really good for PC cards and for low on that. Jordan Matthews, $2 for red, white, and blue out of 100. Auto. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Rainbow, OPG Platinum. Jalen Hurts out of 99 for $5.25. Camavinga, $4. Aqua Prism. He'll be a good player. Gary Trent Jr. Pink Ice. He's lighting it up for the Raptors right now. Like, I've watched the game where he had like 9 to 11 threes in multiple games. OG Anunoby, base Mosaic, or Mosaic when it was like in Prism for $2. Can't really go wrong. Cole Kmet. Aaron Jones Lime for $3.50. Like AJ Dillon, $3.90. Trent Grisham out of 245 auto. First off the line, Anthony McFarland Jr. out of 17, $3. Like, that's where it's fun. So I sent a lot of them home. Some will hold on to, some will try and sell on eBay. But that's kind of my journey. So here are my few strategies. So one I already shared, go onto recent arrivals or new arrivals and just look to see if anyone's mispriced something or really, really low and just snag that before other people see it. The other main strategy is go to Marketplace, go to Explore the Full Vault, click on the sorting by and go new arrivals, or you can do latest listings, for sale. I'm gonna do cards, and then what I would do is literally just look for Starstock Bs, because people want to buy raw cards because they want to grade them. So if they're a B, they're like, oh, they're not going to be a PSA 10. And so pretty much people have to list them way lower than what they would go raw on eBay. They're still decent condition cards. And so I would go find them, buy a bunch of Starstock Bs, get them shipped home, and then sell them on eBay and make my $10 to $15 per card. If you're willing to do the work, you just constantly make money. I saw some other people doing that. Some other people in the hobby were mentioning that on their YouTube channels. It's like, that is super smart. That was one of my main strategies. Go for Starstock Bs, because I can even, if I bring them back, sometimes I look at them and they're really, really good. I'm like, maybe I might actually get a 10. You just got it for almost nothing. That's great. So that was a strategy. And then also I just put tons of offers, lowball offers, because people are like, oh, I want some money, or I just need to get rid of it, or I don't know, in a moment of weakness, they'll accept the low offer. So even if I give like 50 offers, maybe two people will take the really low offer. I think that's worth it because I get major steals on some cards. So that's my journey in Starstock. I went through highs, went through lows, made some money, lost some money, came out even. I really hope the best for them. I hope they go back to what they did at the beginning, but I get it. You can't keep doing it if you're not making enough money. I don't want them to take more money off of each transaction. But there's still other things, like I'm going through ComC stuff. They've been around for a while. They have some issues, but they've been around for a long time and I'm using them. I'm going to take a look at my slabs because I know they're trying to do a bunch of new things there. It's just fun to try different platforms that you can just flip right away instead of having to wait and deal with a lot of the hassles with the eBay. So that's the video for today. Had my coffee, shared with you Starstock. If you have any questions around Starstock and if you should send cards in or still use it, now might be the time to catch some deals and steals, because people might be scared and just trying to offload their cards and get the money and withdraw their money. Yeah.